The Bambu Lab P1S is on sale right now, and with all these new printers coming out, is it still worth buying, or is it finally starting to feel outdated? So let's get a little bit of context first. The P1S came out back in 2023, and it basically blew up because it was the cheaper version of the X1 Carbon. You still got Core XY, you still got an enclosure, and you still got really solid print quality. And most importantly, it just worked. And honestly, that's still kind of the reason people are buying it today. I bought mine with my own money back in November of 2024 for $749. And I've put over 1,500 hours on it since. Now, let's talk about the current pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. Right now, the P1S is on sale for about $399 for the standalone, and around $549 for the combo, and about $639 if you opt for the AMS2 Pro combo. And I'll be honest, the standalone is a great deal. The combo, it's a still solid deal. But once you start getting into that AMS2 pricing, you're kind of getting really close to the new P2S territory. So I really don't think it's worth it at that point. So what makes the P1S a good buy in 2026? Honestly, it still prints great, like really great. There's tons of aftermarket accessories for it. It can print a wide range of materials, especially if you upgrade to a hardened nozzle and extruder. And it's just one of those printers that you hit print on and it just works. That still matters a lot. But yeah, there are definitely some things that feel old now. There's really no AI stuff. And look, I don't think the AI stuff is everything. I turned most of that stuff off. But when you start to compare it to newer printers, you do start to notice it's missing some key things like flow rate calibration. Yeah, the screen is outdated. It's not a touchscreen, it's not color, and it's really archaic when it comes to screens nowadays. But realistically, it's still fine to use day to day. Personally, I don't even care most of the time. But if you're loading filament into the AMS, then yeah, you'll notice it if you don't use Bambu Lab filament rolls, because then you have to go into the system to set your filament, and well, you have to use your phone or your computer for that. Ignore this. This is the Panda Touch. This doesn't technically work anymore with the newer firmwares, but I never updated my firmware, so it still works fine. Hey, real quick, only about 2% of you are subscribed, and I want to hit 25,000 subscribers by year end. So help me do that. Hit that subscribe button and consider checking out my Patreon down in the description below. Let's get back to the video. The camera is another thing that feels pretty outdated. It works, but the frame rate is really low and the lighting is kind of dim. Now, I do have the Pandalux installed on this printer here, so the lighting inside is significantly better. If you want to see a video on that, I'll link it down in the description below. Now, let's talk about the competition on the market. You've got the Bambu Lab P2S, which has a much better screen that's significantly better. It's got more features, it's got more of the smart stuff. It's a great option for anyone looking to upgrade or get into 3D printing. But you've also got the A1, which is cheaper, but it's not enclosed, so it's kind of in a different category, especially considering it's a bed slinger. And there's nothing wrong with that. They just do different things well. Now, outside of Bambu Lab, you've got stuff like the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, which is cheaper and still pretty new, but it doesn't really have that same ecosystem or support like Bambu Lab does. So who should buy the P1S in 2026? Well, if you want an enclosed printer, you want something proven, and you want something that just works and has a ton of accessories and just support by being able to buy replacement parts, this still makes a ton of sense. And there's a huge community around it. Parts are easy to get, it's just reliable. And my personal take, this is still one of my favorite printers to use. I've made a few upgrades to mine, including adding the Pandalux for better lighting, the hardened nozzle and hardened extruder, and I've also added the Panda Breath, which is a chamber heater, so it makes it easier to print things like ASA or ABS, for instance. And overall, it's just incredibly capable. And at its current price, it's honestly still really competitive with other brands. Is the P1S still one of the best values in 2026 for 3D printing? Yeah, I actually still think it has a really strong case for that. It's not the newest anymore, and yeah, it definitely shows in a few areas, But if you care more about reliability and value than having every new feature, this is still a really smart buy. So there we have it. This is the P1S, and if you want to see how it compares up to the P2S, you should definitely check out this video right here where I do a side-by-side comparison between the two printers. In fact, I'll see you over there. This is Adam from the Rad Dad Print Lab, and I'll see you next time.